Okay, for today's video we are going to change the heater valves for the BMW 650i, and it doesn't look like it's too difficult. We have the part, which is this little heater core solenoid valve, and I can see we have one connector and basically 3 pipes. So the location for it on the 650i is over here on the side. It mounts in here in this direction and sits right down in the bottom. So we have to take the current one out in order to replace it. The problem we have is that we don't have any cabin air heat. When we put everything over to request the heat, we're not getting any heat. So we've already checked and we've replaced the thermostat because the engine temperature was showing low, but that didn't fix the problem with the cabin heat. So it looks like, we'll move the video camera here shortly, but it looks like we have to get a few things out of the way, mainly the air intake box, in order to get right back here to where the valves are. So we need to get this out of the way because we have to be able to get the clamps off. So we'll start with the heater box, and it's pretty simple. We just have to access the different connectors. So we take our vanity cover off our connector housing. If you have good fingernails, you can just do it with your fingernails. So here is the first connector. And then we want to pop the connector loose. Very carefully. And next in line is the clamp that holds the box to the intake. We want to break that free. Then we just pop the clamps for the air intake box. Make sure they're up and out of the way. And we can lift our intake box. So it should slide off with a little bit of help. Kind of cold today, so the plant doesn't want to cooperate too much. But we'll get it off there. Hopefully without breaking anything. Alrighty. So with that out of the way, we can take the filter out. Box. So we'll move the camera down to the side in order to get a better video. Now we got a closer shot of the valve assembly. So now with the box out of the way, we can start removing some clamps. So what we're looking for is to take this clamp off. That's one. There's one in the back. That's two. And then one for this hose that comes up, and that would be 3. and then also the electrical connector. So we'll start with the electrical connector. Just pinch the side of it, give it a little wiggle, and it pops loose. We'll scoot him out of the way. Make sure we don't damage it. Now with these pliers, it makes it a little bit easier because you can reach around and grab the connector. What we want to do is grab these. These are the OEs. They've never been off before, so a lot of times you'll have the twist clamps, but in this case we have the OE clamps. So they're a little more difficult to contend with. You have to kind of break it free from the hose and then slide it back. And we're going to lose some coolant, so you need to make sure you have a pan underneath the car. Best thing to do for these is to twist the hose a little bit in order to break it free from the end. So the front one's pretty easy. The back one's a little more difficult because you have to get around. But with the pliers it makes it a lot easier. Sometimes you can grab them and orient them a little bit. But at best it's difficult. Now we do have another option. The hose is a little longer. So if we can't get to it, we can always pull the unit up. So go ahead and pop it free from its holder. With this angle, it may be easier to use just a pair of channel locks. So we'll go get a pair of channel locks. See if we can get that upper hose off. So the upper one is off, finally. Now, I need to try to take the two hoses loose so we can get to the lower. So just take your screwdriver and kind of push it up in there to break the hose free. And there's one. And the front one's very similar. Just break the hose free with the screwdriver and kind of wiggle it to get it to come up off of the connector. Now, we have two hoses of the three off. The electrical connector's off. And the other hose kind of has a bow to it. So now we can pull it up and get to that last one a lot easier. I usually try to break the hose loose like this with the plier, because the hose is stuck on there pretty good. And take your screwdriver. Get it to separate a little bit without stretching the hose too much. Right, now we have our old valve that needs to be replaced. So installation is just back in the reverse order. It goes back on. Pull our clamps back in place. There's the first clamp. Put the little unit back down in there. Making sure we get our hose sitting back in the right orientation. Get our back one. Push it back on nice and tight. Spin our clamp around so we can get it again. There's the hard two in the back. Well, the whole unit sits back up in this little holder. Like that. And last but not least is the front hose. And you reconnect the electrical. Make sure nobody's touching against the motor. And you have successfully changed out your solenoid. Now the only thing left to do is to put back the intake box same way it came off, and we'll put some coolant in it and fire it up and see if we have some cabin heat. Okay, so we're ready to reinstall our intake box. So basically it sits down on a little rubber seat. This piece goes into the intake, and this is the bolt that you couldn't see underneath here. So first it slides the intake back in, and it fits up on the plastic. And then you try to set the box back down on the little rubber guide. Replace the connector's little vanity cover. And we're all back together, ready to check for leaks. We can see we're not even up to operating temperature yet. Just letting the car warm up. So the oil temperature is still below 160. But with our new heater, you'll see our little guy there, his arm is red, so we know he's on full heat. Both of these temperature controls are set to the same temperature at full. And we can see from our non-contact scanner, we are steadily going up. So we expect now, as we get the operating temperature on the engine, we're going to get to full temperature on our cabin once again. Thanks for watching.